Hello people! Very short video regarding an improvement of your Flex e-board. Until Slick Revolution comes up with a beautiful solution for this, we're gonna have to deal with this ourselves. So, if you remember, on our owners club we did discuss in one of the chats that the board does not have any protection on the edges of the deck right here. And as you know, when you are picking the board up from the front, the board does travel down. And they usually pick up the board from the front. So this is the video of the rear right now. So when you pick it up, it does touch the surface, any surface. If you're on the street or whatever you're doing, this edge here will touch the surface of the road or whatever, and it will create damage to the surface right here on the board. That's your edge of your deck. Well, I'm not happy with that. I don't want any damage on it, and I do pick up the board quite a lot with my hand, and obviously I need to protect this edge right here. So my solution was to go online and research if I can find some sort of parts that I can use which are cheap. So I did pick up, and this is the package from eBay, a 6 to 9 millimeter square rubber edging. This did cost me only £4. This was from a UK based company that supplies car parts. Okay, so let's take a look. So what do you get for £4? You get quite a long piece of a square rubber, just like that. This is used for car applications for whatever reason, not sure, but obviously this space here can be adjusted from 6 to 9 millimeters, and this is what I'm going to use to try if I can somehow make a protection for the edge of the deck. So guys, and the only thing you will need is a pair of scissors and that £4 worth of rubber edging. I haven't done this as yet, so I'm doing this with you for the first time. And what we're going to do is we're going to apply this piece to the front of the board just by opening the rubber up and pressing it onto the edge of the deck. So what you have now, guys, if you decide for yourself if you want to start off the rubber protector from whatever point you want, from the curve here or whatever. So I have decided to start it off from the line of the first screws, just right here, and I'm going to finish this line on the other side, just like so. I'm going to mark this up. So this is my straight line here. I'm going to mark this up and I'm going to cut it right there. So after you have decided at what line you want to start the rubber and finish this off, you do cut it, then you apply a bit of pressure, you kind of smooth the rubber all the way around, make sure it sits properly on the edge of this deck. And what you're going to end up is, unfortunately, this is not the best one. This is only my prototype number one, but you know what, it's £4. Who cares? That's £4. That's not even a pint in London. So what you do is, you see where the creases are, because rubber does lift up a little bit. You mark the creases right in the middle, just like so. So after you marked up the lines where the rubber lifted up, what you do is you transfer this line to the other side of the rubber edging, just like that, and you cut it. So guys, after you've cut the rubber exactly where the creases were created, you put it back on the board. Make sure you line it up exactly like you want it. I personally believe that the longer the strip you've got, the more contact it will have with the rough surface of the top of the board and with the grip tape, then the better this protector will sit on it. As you can see, it doesn't really move because so it's gripping. Okay, so you make sure that this edging sits nice and proper. Just to remind you, I'm coming up with this while I'm doing this. This is the first time doing this. I just opened the packet, so hopefully this will come out nice. If not, you got plenty in that packet for £4 that you can ruin this one and do another one and maybe do it better. So now what we got is we got the protector as it is, but unfortunately we do have a bit of an overlap of the rubber where we did cut it first time. We only cut it straight, we didn't take any segment out, so now we have to take the segment out of it to make it nice and clean. So guys, after I've cut the rubber straight where the crease was, what I've done was, as you can see, there's a rubber overlap in it a little bit there. So what I've done, I've just marked this overlap just like that with using a pencil, and now I'm gonna cut that piece off. So take the protector off again, where you can see you will have this kind of line. So let's cut this right where the line is, and let's make sure that we do get it, or cut it straight to the edge right here, and cut this one off as well. You can then replicate the same to the other side. Don't really care about the other side that much, that's going to be right at the bottom, but obviously do as best job as you can, so you don't want to make it look nasty. Again guys, I'm just doing it while I'm talking to you. I did not try it right before the video, so this is a right out of the box kind of trial. This is my prototype number 1. So let's line it all up. Let's make sure we have it exactly where we want it. And as you can see, now the protector does not rise anymore because we've taken the segments out, and that allowed the rubber to bend exactly like you want it to. So, and that's what you have. What we can do now is, see the straight edges here, I don't really like them much, so I want to cut them in an angle just like that, just give this protector some sort of shape. Okay, but you can do whatever you want. You can make it round, you can leave it as it is, or you can start off very far and cut back, whatever you want. So that's pretty much it. This is £4 deck protector that I came up with. It was 1 day or 2 days to come in, and as you can see, the edge is now protected, so when I do lift the board up, if I have to, as you can see, bang, the edge that is resting on the surface is protected with this rubber sleeve. Okay, it's cheap, it's fast to install, and it is some sort of solution until Slick Revolution will come up with some sort of fancy looking, perfectly fit with maybe a couple of logos or lights on, whatever, don't care. But at the moment, I know when I'm shooting my video, so I'm about on the board, if I have to lift it up and get it off the ground, because trust me, as soon as you try lifting the board off the ground, as soon as you pick it up, you will come in contact with the ground. The deck will touch the ground. Another idea just came to me. This is the next day now after the first couple of videos. So I've got the piece of the edging left, so I'm going to space it out evenly so it goes all the way around and stops at the even line, so it does look symmetrical, just like that. If anything, you can always press it around. So this one turned out to be quite long, so it covers right up to this point here. It's more, it stays on much better because obviously more area is grabbed on to by the deck itself with this rough surface of it. So now what you do is you even out the areas where the rubber lifts up. Yeah. So what I mean is you get them both to the same symmetric position on the edges of the board, and now would be just like that. And then what you do, you mark the centers of them creases. I'm going to show you an image of it just in a second. Just like that. So after you mark the centers out, you take the rubber off, you extend those markings all the way around the rubber trim, because you're going to have to do the same cuts on both sides in order to get the trim to bend around the bolt evenly. So just like that. So if you remember on the last episode, what I've done, I've actually cut it in a segment on this area, but this time what I will do is I'm going to use the tool that punches holes through leather and rubber. If you don't have one of them, that's fine, because what you can do is you can use the scissors, but instead of doing the straight cuts, just do a nice little round cut. Or you can find any tubing around your home, sharpen up the edge, and you can actually, you know, make a round hole. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a hole through one side, then another side, then this side and this side. And then I'm going to position the punch is at the hole pretty much right to the edge, right like that. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of images of how this is going to look like, and see what you think. Because obviously there's a lot of a product out there on the market. You can get some stoppers from States that kind of bolt on and they protrude the board. But it all costs money, and well, again, I enjoy doing things like that. I'm an engineer in my mind, so and by education, so I like playing around with things like this. So why not? This project will cost you £4, nothing else. £4, and you get enough rubber or this edging to play around and do whatever you want. It's better than nothing at all. Edge needs to be protected. So hope you liked it, guys. But anyway, see you.